have
What
no idea what
what did
happened there.
that
I
do?
screwed that up.
What was
I had
what
one
was that
job.
about?
I had one job
What
and I
was that
screwed it up.
about? That's
I don't know. I
funny.
hit the button and it like I don't know. It either that or StreamYard. StreamYard just acting up.
StreamYard might be acting up. Did you know now that on your icon on YouTube, there's a little like circle around it and it says live when you're live? Did you know that? Check this out.
No, but let me see. Let me
Check
go
this
into
out.
yours.
Check this out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What? What is
So
going on?
I think what happens is because I'm on the desktop version right now.
Right.
And I think if I go to you,
Does it say live? Does it
well, it
have
says
like
live on the icon. That for
what?
sure. For some reason, I thought like on the side where the subscription list is, it should be red, but it's blue, showing that you're on.
Well, that's wild. But they
It does
look
say live.
they're trying to be more and more like TikTok every day.
Uh,
More and more like TikTok every day. Which is wild to me that YouTube would want to be like a social media platform because, in all honesty, TikTok's a social media platform. It's not supposed to be somewhere where we like
but TikTok's
get
more of supposed to be more of an entertainment platform.
right, but it's considered social media still. It's not considered like an entertainment platform like YouTube is. Entertainment is considered like you get your news, you get your content, you get your vlogs. It's not supposed to be that. TikTok is supposed to be a social media platform like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. That was the true intent of it. So
Yeah.
it's slightly different, and it's also funny that they can compete with somebody like YouTube after all of this time. Um, we have a lot that we're going to talk about today, but how's your week been going, man? You were telling me like something backstage about
Yeah.
you
And I
just
mean, it's been
ordered a
going well. I mean, we had we've been going really like a lot of things where we've just had, a lot of kids parties to go to, and we went to Disney. So we kind of just took this past weekend and we kind of took it a little easy. We did go to Costco. We got a membership because we have a new Costco opening up not that far in
right.
like 2 months. So I'm like, you know what, let's get the membership now. So that way when it opens, we're good to go. That's a whole nother story because they pissed me off at the end and I was about to cancel my membership at the end. If you've ever been to Costco, it was so annoying because I gave the lady my card at register. She holds it up, gives it to this other lady, and she's trying to talk me into their exclusive because I just got the basic. I'm like, lady, first of all, I just bought this damn thing. Second of all, we're going to give it 6 months to see what happens once that. Oh, well, you're going to lose money. I said, I don't care.
Who cares? I've
It's
never
my
been.
money. Shut
I've
up.
never been to a Costco. Never been to a Costco in
Oh,
my
they're
life.
great. They're great,
I
especially for getting into what I'm going to be getting to with the bariatric. I had to do some kind of research to find out if they had some of my vitamins I could take, protein shakes, stuff like that.
So I do have a Sam's membership, and as you come
I
in
think
the
it's
door
about
on
the same.
Sam's now, as you come in the door, they make you like show them
Yeah,
your
it's
membership.
the same thing.
And I don't carry a membership card. So I'm like, are you serious? It's on my phone. You want me to like pull this up on my phone? You can't just, I can't check out without a membership, right? I
Very
mean,
true.
it,
Yeah.
it
What's
won't
the point in
allow me.
showing? What's the
You,
point in showing to start with when you
yeah,
can't even check out
it's
without
like
it?
like I can't like even if I stacked my cart full, it
You
wouldn't
check
let me
out.
check out.
No.
So what's the point? Do you think I'm just here to waste my time? Do you think I showed up to walk around? What is it? What is it that you think's going on
Yeah.
that you need to ask as I walk in the door?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, so also this past week, I was like, you know what, Funko. If anyone was, on Funko, in fact, actually, Chase was the one that hit me up with the info. Funko had like a huge sale on their website going on,
Did they?
right? Because things have been just sitting up there forever, and so I figured I'll take advantage. They had the diecast Mickey half off, so $25 for a
Not
diecast
bad.
Mickey. I was
Yeah.
like, I think it's finally. So I tried buying it on Thursday.
Oh,
Dude, I
yeah.
kept trying to get on the website, and every time I would go to check out and put in my information, like either the cursor wasn't there, and the whole website was just messed up.
Right.
So after trying this 4 times, I said, "Screw it! I'll try it in the morning when I'm at work. Maybe it's my computer. I don't know." So I tried in the morning because I get in to work really, really early in the morning, and it worked just fine. Was able to order it no problem. And so I forgot about it over the weekend. So we were just starting to do the live, and of course now my mind thinks Funko. So then I started thinking, I don't remember seeing an email saying they shipped because usually they're pretty quick with shipping these things. No, I was like, what? So I went on back into my email and say, show my confirmation email. And I was like, you serious? So my confirmation email, there is in black, bold writing, says, due to large events and increased sales volume, customers may experience delays of up to 2 weeks for their orders to ship. We appreciate you. Here's my thing. You have one job.
That's it.
It,
One
it,
job.
it, it it's not like this is a fast food place
It's a
where
distribution center.
yeah, it's not like
That's all it
fast
is.
food place where they got to go make the die cast,
Nope.
put it in the box, and then ship it. It's already there. It's been
Yep.
up on the website for months, so they already got it sitting there,
Yep.
and it's probably already boxed. All you got to do is put a damn shipping label on the damn thing and send it out.
No, I'm sure that it works like well. I'm gonna give Funko a little bit more credit than Funko deserves, so bear with me for a second. I grew up in distribution, so I had a guy take me under his wing. I was working at Advanced Auto. He took me under his wing. I went to college. I got a degree, and he taught me like how to use the distribution softwares because they all kind of use the same software. How inventory worked, how distribution centers worked, how all of that works. So I'm just gonna assume that Funko has had someone who knows what they're doing, and it's a really, really simple process, right? So you have somebody who stocks a shelf, you have somebody who picks a shelf, and then this person takes it to a belt where they then process it. So you have a processor, right? So you have a picker, and then a processor, and then a shipper. Right. So that's how it should go, right? In all honesty, that's how it should go. The flow of it should
Should
be
be.
someone takes it off the shelf, they hand it to another person. This person then processes it, and then he hands it to the shipper, and then the shipper then puts it on the truck and sends it on its way.
Well, here's my thing though. Okay, we
It's
talked
not a
about
hard.
how
It's not hard.
Funko's has been, making lots of cuts. Obviously, I'm going to compare this. Okay, maybe they had a lot. They slashed prices on a lot of things.
Right.
So of course, that's going to entice a lot of people, like me, to go and buy stuff. So they're going to get a large amount of orders. But here's the thing: is I've been buying from Funko for a long time. I bought from Funko after SDC Comic Con, old school, whoever gets it first gets it.
Right.
And, they had to ship tons of stuff. Those all came very, very quickly. Within a matter of days, I was getting an email saying, hey, your order is being shipped, blah, blah, blah. So what this is telling me is that they have a lot of cuts that they've been doing, and those cuts are going to warehouse people too. So I
Yes.
guarantee you they have less warehouse people to try to save money
Oh,
that
1000%.
causing this.
1000%. That's what happened. But we all know that Funko is too stupid to get out of their own way. Right. I mean, we figured that out over the course of the past 2 years. And so I'm willing to bet that they don't have a proper distribution setup. I'm willing to bet that they didn't hire somebody to set it up properly. I'm willing to bet that they don't have the system down right. I'm willing to bet there's so many. I can promise you that they don't have the system down right. And this is how I can prove it to you. Do you remember when everybody was scamming them and saying that they didn't receive their box of fun, that they received this stupid long pop? If their inventory was right, and they had an inventory control person, right, this person would have then been able to pull back all of the incoming buys and would have been able to match them up with what he had on hand, and then would have been able to say, whoa, hold on, pump your brakes. This can't be right because I show that we sold 5,000 of them, but you have 7,000 people that are saying that they got scammed, right? He would have been able to pump the brakes and figure it out. So Funko hasn't quite figured out like how all of this works and the moving parts, and it's just crazy to me that they made it to the position that they are. But man, we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're going to go over the new box they have coming out, some Target exclusives, some look, there's some limited edition stuff coming out that we need to keep our eyes out on if you're like me and you're into this kind of stuff. And then we have the pop news. Me and you talked about this probably a few months ago, that this is not always going to be Funko orientated. Sometimes we're going to talk about Disney, sometimes we're going to talk about pop culture. This is just going to be where you come to get your pop culture news. So, and then it's going to be heavily influenced by Funko. So just be prepared for some stuff that's not necessarily like Funko related. And then, man, as always, man, hit this chat up. You're always so good at it.
Set it up. So early in the chat, real early, about 25 minutes before the chat thing started, we had Dead Zone Sis in the house. What's
Dead
going on, buddy?
Zone, what's up, brother?
We have Miss Christina Payne in the house. Appreciate you stopping on by as always. We have Simon Crook in the house. What's going on, man? We got our boy Chase's Kingdom. Chase, I think Chase is still in a death. I think he's still depressed because his Bucks finally lost last night because they suck.
That's because they don't have they don't have what's his face
They don't
anymore.
have Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady. Tom Brady's gone. All they got now is
They sucked before Tom Brady. Tom
they'll
Brady
suck
comes in,
after
plays
Tom
well,
Brady.
they're going to suck after.
That's right. It's just,
That's
you
just how
know,
it works.
when you count on one person to make your team, that's what happens.
Exactly. We have Justin. What's going on? I appreciate you stopping
Justin.
on by. We've got Mr. Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on, man?
I think Zach changed his logo again.
He changes it every single week.
Zach, what are you doing, man?
I love it.
What is that, a Jack Daniels logo now? Zach Daniels?
Zach
Daniels, 90
cool,
proof. Pretty sure that says Zach Daniels.
We've got our good friend Quick Draw.
Quick Draw says that he ordered the six pack.
Quick comments. And that six pack X-Men is okay. I dogged it out pretty well last week. So
it's still for sale.
I can't say that it's awesome.
You can still get it. You can still get it. It's still for sale. It's still on the website. You can still go get it.
Oh yeah.
We'll look at it later.
They don't sell anything out anymore.
No.
We've got Dominican Lou in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping on by as always. And we've also got Johnny Sachs. What's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by. What Chase say here?
Oh, hold on. Go back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we were saying. They probably laid off a whole bunch of people in the warehouse and knew this was going to be a crap show.
I mean, I guess so where I was going with that a minute ago is Funko historically lays off the people that they shouldn't have laid off. It's historically, I'm going to keep all of the chiefs around the table, right? All the CEOs, the CFOs, the CCCEOs, the CC whatever O's. I'm going to keep all of the O's around the table. And I'm going to fire the Indians that know what they're doing. And that just, look, I'm not trying to dog them out, but we all know God's to honest. That's what they've done time after time.
Well, and the thing is, you got to think about it. Your number one job is to make sales. You made sales. Your second number one job is to ship out those items.
Yeah.
Because the longer you hold on to that, the longer you're going to piss people off. And the greater chance that you have of those people canceling their order.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, but historically we know that's how Funko rolls. What did our man Chase?
Oh, say? Chase is saying, he's always we're going back and forth. He said, "No, I can't win every game, but doing better pets." I'm not gonna lie, you are right. The better record, but it's all right. Early in the season, we're good to go.
I don't know, man. I don't watch the NFL anymore. It's too controversial for me.
I think I watch my boys.
I quit watching all of that. So I don't know if y'all keep up with Johnny Funko. Is Johnny Knight? What do we call him now? What do we call him? It's Johnny Knight, I think, right?
Now.
Johnny Knight. I noticed the other day I called Simon. Simon Says. So I'm so used to like
That's
Simon
awesome.
now it's Simon Crook. It's been Simon Crook now for at least
Simon
a year.
Says.
But for my brain, I went right back to Simon Says for whatever reason. It used to be Simon Says. I know I'm not stupid. I don't know that I'm not stupid. I just don't think I'm stupid. Let me rephrase that. I don't know that I'm not stupid. I just don't think that I'm stupid. So let's talk about this one for a minute. So Funko is about to, I guess they're about to release it to the public. I think they haven't said, but listen to me, hear me out. I still think there's two different versions of this. I think we're going to see the at-home version and we're going to see the con version. The con version is going to be the glow variant in the figures, and the at-home version is going to be a non-glow variant. And the reason I say that is I've seen two different stickers on these boxes. I've seen one sticker that says 4,000 pieces, and I've seen one sticker that says 1,000 pieces. And so that leads me to believe that one of them is going to be the con version, because we know how much everybody like lost their shit, went to crying like no tomorrow when they discovered that there was an at-home versus the con, right? And we know that's happening again. Get prepared.
Dude, they've
for the
been doing that
fallout.
for years.
I know, but get prepared for the fallout. Everybody's going to act like it just happened, that it's never happened before, that Funko's never done an at-home version and a con version, and they're going to cry the blues for 5 days. So get prepared for it.
I'll tell you what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they screw up the sticker thing again, so I
Oh
can
yeah.
watch all these crybabies lose their
Oh
minds.
yeah, for sure. That's going to happen again too. The meltdown over the stickers is going to happen too. And then the other part is that if you just go to like what where are we looking at, Etsy, or which one was it?
I think it was,
Macari, that had the stickers for sale.
Etsy. Etsy, you can just go buy the stickers.
You just go buy them off Etsy and then replace.
No, just go buy them. Screw it.
It's so you have to like ask yourself now if the stickers even really matter.
No.
If I could just take my blow dryer, heat the sticker up, take it off, and then put my Etsy like convention sticker on it. If the sticker even really matters, I say that it doesn't. I say
It
that
don't
you
matter.
collect things because you want to collect them, not because you want to like see the value in them. Even though the value in it is nice, and that's what makes something a collectible versus not a collectible.
Mhm.
But anyways, we know that you can buy them off Etsy. I need to get everybody's opinion though, because we have a lot of great people that hang out with us every week. What is your opinion on this box? And I want to know what your opinion is, because I see this box and I think that this is one of the weakest boxes I've ever seen. I've
Mm.
ever seen. And I know that this is just a leak. The leak is showing that it has the 3 pops and the 3 sodas. I think that this is correct because that would make it about the $100 marker. All of them historically normally have 4 pops and then 2 sodas. This one has 3 sodas and 3 pops. So it makes sense to me that this is where we're at.
Here's my problem with it, and I know Chase is probably gonna understand me on this one. First of all, the theme is dumb,
I think so too.
because you're basing it off of. I mean, I could understand if there's something coming out that's new that makes sense of it, but you're using the same exact font type and the same exact look as a movie, Heavy Metal 2000,
Is that
and
what this off of?
that's what the font for the Heavy Metal is exactly the same. The only character I can think that's somewhat close is the purple face character with the hat.
Mind blown. I didn't
But
know that.
you're basing your entire theme off of what looks to be Heavy Metal 2000, and
Mind
there's
blown.
really no connection to Heavy Metal 2000.
I had no clue, guys. Zero clue. Swear to God. That's
What I picked
that's
up
why
on
Chris
right away.
that's why me and Chris do this together. I had no clue whatsoever. So this is based off a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie called Heavy Metal 2000. It's a sci-fi movie, came out back in 2000.
It makes sense.
It's more of
Now the characters make sense. Now the characters
it's an
1,000% make
animated
sense.
science fiction movie, essentially, is what it is. It's got starring voices like from Billy Idol, a bunch of these things. But again, even there's a classic, the cover girl that's on it. If you're gonna use that, I mean, at least get the licensing for it, which I'm assuming you do.
I bet
But
they don't.
nothing of this is connected. Like I said, the only thing it's been a long time since I've seen it, but that character right there with the purple and the hat, maybe, but nothing else in this says Heavy Metal 2000. I agree, but it's pointless to steal that theme and not
I'm
present it.
sorry, Zach. I'm sorry, Zach. I had to talk about this today. I didn't know that. Look, my mind is absolutely blown. I didn't know that there was a movie that they correlated this with. It makes 1,000% sense to me though, like why the figures are the way they are, because I had them tagged as different characters than what you're saying. It can't be a license agreement though, or they would have put 2000 on it. They would have done the whole name. They wouldn't have just did this part of it. So they just kind of like made up their own version of it. I'm almost willing to bet that's what happened here. Um, I'm not a fan. I think that this is one of the weakest boxes I've ever seen. Where are our Freddies, right? So where's our what about a Freddy is Frankenstein? Where's my Freddy as Frankenstein? Where's my Freddy as Dracula? Where's my Freddy as Dracula? Where's my Freddy
I
as
would have
Swamp
thought this
Thing?
would be cool and to do as a normal Halloween type theme. Take the heavy metal out of it. It really makes no sense. I get you, Chase. Trust me, I'm an old school metalhead, and but this makes absolutely no sense at all. I mean, do like a Screamageddon type theme. Do anything else but that.
Well, hey, look, I think the mascots are awesome. I'm with Chase. I want all 4 of the mascots. This is the first time I've ever looked at a box and said, "Oh, I really would like to have all 4 of these mascots," even to the point that I might go on Whatnot and actually buy them because I won't buy 4 boxes, but I would pay $15 for the pop, and that's normally what happens. The mascots don't normally sell for a whole lot, maybe 20 bucks tops is it. So I might actually try and round up all of the mascots, non-con convention versions. Trust me, I won't go that far. But my disappointment here in you can kind of see it with the sodas, right? So you see Freddy is Chucky, right? So they have Freddy as Chucky on the right. You have Freddy is Wolfman on the left. Then you have the dog Freddy, whatever that thing is, Spot or whatever stupidness that they decided to make a dog with. But you had that one there. Where is the Chucky Freddy for the box? Where is the Wolfman Freddy for the box? I know they did that one last year because I have it, but where are these Freddys? Where's the Vampire Freddy for the box? Where's the Frankenstein Freddy for the box? Where are these pops? Because I can't stand the fact that they didn't do it.
I
They
just
just
saw another really bad connection, and it just picked up on me. Hold on. Follow me here. Follow me here for a second. This whole thing, this entire theme is making even less sense, and I'm gonna explain to you why. First of all, we're using heavy metal. The word heavy metal. The font is slightly different from Heavy Metal 2000, but 90% close. And then underneath the Halloween, look at the font they're using for Halloween. Does that look familiar to you at all?
it looks like Michael Myers to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I called that from the beginning. Looks
So
like
we're
the Michael
using
Myers
Heavy Metal
font. Yeah,
2000 meets Michael Myers.
yeah, 100%. Johnny Knight, we truly appreciate you, brother.
Damn!
I
0 cents.
I'm with you. I'm I'm with you, and the fact that they don't have chases, I get it. They don't have chases. I don't think that they're ever going to fix that going forward. Their conventions will never have chases ever again, and if you do, it'll be something that has a god awful huge piece count. We just won't see like chases with anything under I think 15,000 pieces at a convention ever again. They've convinced people that it's okay, and it will continue to stay
Wait,
okay.
did we say Johnny's name 3 times and he appeared?
I think so. I think it was like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was like Beetlejuice. I did how many times did you say it? 'Cause I'm pretty sure
I said it at least once.
it's like Johnny Knight, Johnny Knight, Johnny Knight, and they say
And
no,
he just appears like that.
he was
If
like
that ever
there.
happens.
It's maybe he heard the fact that he was diss tracker. I don't know what it is he heard, but it was one of them. I wanted to rant about this for a minute, just simply because I don't understand it. It's a weak box. I feel like Funko's done a lot of weak things lately. I for the collection for my collecting sanity, I hope that Funko decides here shortly that they start to change what they're doing a little bit. But none of us will really know. None of us will really know until it happens. We see the leaks, but we don't even really know if the leaks are like true.
Yeah.
I mean, that for all we know, that box is completely different than what it's going to come out to be, and look, it very well could be. I mean, maybe that's why that box looks so weak now, is because it's just not the real box.
Justin, best of luck to you if that's the route you're going to. I think the sodas are a dying franchise, personally, but that's just me. I think they've lost their pizzazz, especially something like this. And you're going to do sodas, and the only reason people really collected sodas was for the difference of a chase. And they're not giving it to you. So
No,
I think the sodas are dying.
All right, so check this out. I thought that this was something that they come out with like some time back, but I thought that they didn't put it out there, so I thought that we'd revisit it and talk about it again. A big test is if they show up undamaged. Good luck with that one, brother.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one, because I don't really know how they're going to show up right now. We will just have to wait and see. Didn't they do this already, chat? Didn't they do this? I
Well, no,
mean,
I think this is they've been announcing it. It's been since like May is when they first started it, but these are the last two in the set. They started slowly. They release them a little bit at a time.
so this has been talked about already before.
Yes, this got announced back in May, and I think the first one they had put up, I think, is Luke or Chewie, one of the two. And then, but I mean, this aside from, there's a lot of pieces like this that go together that have always been questionable.
Yep.
This one is actually pretty well displayable. That's my always biggest thing with some of these is, like, as much as I love the shawarma scene, not very well displayable.
Yeah, so this one's a straight line. I mean, it would display
It's
pretty
a
good.
straight line. It's got that ship from
It's a very iconic part of the movie.
Return
This
of
is
the Jedi?
this is where Han is going to like hit his jetpack. He's going to go down. He's going to get eaten by the sand creature, or at least that's what
Sarlacc.
the Starlack. He's going to get eaten by the Starlack, and then Boba Fett's done, right?
That's where we all thought for many, many, many
Yes.
years.
I mean, let me tell you what was funny about a lot of this. There was almost no Boba Fett fans, me included, right? I was not a huge Boba Fett fan until they came out with The Mandalorian. And then I was like, hold on, Boba Fett is fire. And then it made me start looking like further into Boba Fett, right? I mean, we all knew that he was a bounty hunter. We all knew like the little tidbits about him, but not like he was this crushing warrior that had been, cloned a bazillion times and was running around there just some badass militia group type dude. I mean, none of us knew that about Boba Fett, unless you were JKL or maybe like Quick Draw. I mean, Quick Draw probably knew. He probably knew. Quick Draw says it's the same mold from 102. I believe that they Funko has a tendency of doing that. I think we've all come to the realization now that Funko has a tendency to recycle these things again and again and again and again, and they're just never going to stop recycling them. Check this
100%.
out though. Say what?
So 100%. They just that's their quick way to do it.
I gotta find it real quick, but I'll find
I just found something I need to have, and I didn't think I needed it, but it fits my collection.
What fits your collection?
Maybe I'll have to put this out. Mind you, this is the rest of these, not too much. My daughters will probably be more on top of this, but this is, and you're going to be able to know why it fits my collection. And it's something on Diz Trackers right here. I mean,
Johnny site. There we go. Now you're talking to me.
So I can need the castle.
I kind of need the castle too. Could you send me the castle?
So no, technically I have a castle.
Is that
I
the Disney
do have
exclusive?
a Disneyland castle.
Is that a Disney exclusive?
I don't think so. I think
Typically,
that's
they're
just part of the
Disney
Princess
exclusive.
collection.
See, I knew Quick Draw was going to come at me now. Yeah, I've been a Boba Fett fan, not me. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to fake it. The Mandalorian turned me on to Boba Fett. And then I've just been obsessed with him ever since. But that was what turned me on. It doesn't look like it has an exclusive sticker on there.
No, it doesn't look like it's got an exclusive. But like I said, that's the classic castle back there.
I have the one you sent me.
But yeah, and that's the classic Disneyland Sleeping Beauty's castle, as you would see it in the parks. This is kind of a play on it with the blue and the red, because of course the blue and the red come from the fairies that raised Aurora as she grew up. So, and especially with the green, blue, red, and green is kind of a mixture of the blue fairies. So, or not the blue fairies, but the fairies within that, which is Flora, Flana, and Merryweather. And why I know that
I don't know why you know that, to be honest with you. It's probably because you have two daughters.
Yeah, most likely.
That's what it is. You have two daughters, and that's how you know what they are.
But I gotta have that just for that.
So check this out. Have you gotten into these at all?
No, I hate those masks. I think they're incredibly just horrible.
So you can now pick up the Funko mask at Five Below at $10. So in my future, I see a Five Below Funko mask hunt coming here shortly to a neighborhood near you. I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm a lot like you when it comes to these things. I think they're kind of
Chase
creepy.
loves them for some reason, and I still am yet to understand why.
So I kind of want these for display purposes, right? I put them on my wall. I Velcro them to the wall or something so that they can't come off. They just kind of stay stuck on the wall. Put them straight up and down on one side or something. I see them as being kind of this like 3D displayable thing, you know, and it doesn't have to be like super serious. I
Chase,
don't have
don't
to
be
care.
dogging out Disney, by the way. It's just not going to happen. I got to have that castle. I don't care what you say.
So we passing. You got it, Chase. You got it. Just like one day Tampa's gonna win another game. Don't worry. one, one of these days, they're gonna win another game. Maybe Tom Brady will show up or something.
No, he already signed his 1-day contract. He's going to retire a Patriot.
Oh well, I mean, maybe he'll show up there one day and he'll throw a ball again for him or something. You never know. Anyways, so these guys have showed up to Five Below. If you're into them, I don't know how much they normally sold for. I think it was upwards of $20. I feel like maybe $10 is more what these things are worth.
Hey, Simon, stop instigating. Or actually, no, instigate as much as you want.
So Quick Draw even has a good idea right there. So I you don't even have to cut the eyes out. I don't think. I think they have the holes in it already. You just put lights behind it. It'll probably give it a pretty like crazy look all together. Look, it's definitely something that I'm gonna get and play around with, and I'll make a video on it. We'll see like how it turns out because I'm
Well, I
still
mean,
trying 3D in the
you could
studio.
do something similar, like cut the black eyes out and put a black mesh, Spider-Man type
I think they already
material
kind of
over
have
it.
that though.
Is that what? But I thought you see through the middle of it. So
Is
if
it
you
through
take the
the
black
middle?
out and then kind of put it on the wall and put lights behind it, it might look kind of cool.
Oh, I think you're right. I think it is through the middle. So
Yeah,
you would have to.
you see through the middle, but if you cut those black eyes out, take a black mesh fabric, and fill in that hole so that way it fills in the black, and you'd be able to project a different, like you could put like a light strip behind it, and that way keep changing the colors of the eyes.
Why wouldn't I just drill a bunch of holes into the eyes
You
instead of?
could, you could.
I mean, that sounds like the most logical version of things to me, but they're at Five and Below at this moment. I guess if you're like super into like Five Below or something like that, you'll be able to go see like what's at Five Below. I would imagine if they're getting these, they probably have a lot of them.
Then this means Target sold their stock to Five Below.
Yeah, I'm assuming that just like everything that Funko has done lately, that this is just a way for them to try and dump inventory out of their building. So they're dumping it out to Five Below right at Halloween. Let's be honest, these things will make some pretty cool Halloween masks. If there's a little kid that puts a Chucky outfit on and then has this Chucky mask on from a distance, I probably wouldn't run up on him. It's just to be honest, right? I would think something strange was going on. The pizza I ate might have had a little food poisoning or something was happening that has me tripping at this moment. I mean, so these will kind of be cool. I could see some fun Halloween stuff coming from these because we are coming into spooky season. We are coming into all of this. So I can see how this is going to sell good at a Five Below at $10 a piece.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
what would a normal Halloween mask cost you? I mean, I haven't done this in so long. I mean,
Do you remember? Chase may know. What did they originally sell these things for?
15 plus tax is what he said at Target. I thought they were higher than that on their website. I thought they were like $20.
I
I
could have
don't
sworn they
know.
were higher on their website.
Yeah, I don't know, to be completely honest. Guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up already, though, how about do us a favor real quick and just kind of like step out of the chat real quick, hit that thumbs up, kind of help us out on the algorithm. They also like put this new little feature down there at the bottom if you're on your phone that you can just kind of tap the screen and do the hearts like they do on TikTok. I don't know that helps you out any, but how about if you're just sitting there, tap that screen for us a little bit. I understand that not everybody wants to like get involved in the chat, but we truly appreciate y'all all the same. Just know that we appreciate you. These things are cool. I don't see myself getting them, but do you remember when they were coming out with the Muppet Scrooge? And for a while there, I actually made a video that was had one of them that was going to be a limited piece run, and then Funko like kind of hid it, right?
Wasn't that the Muppets Christmas Carol?
Yes, but Funko kind of hid like the fact that one of these guys was going to be a limited piece run. And I had said, well, if I was going to get any of them, it would be the limited piece run. Funko made it disappear, right? I mean, it disappeared off everybody's leaks. It disappeared from anything that I had ever seen it on that had the sticker on it that said how many pieces it was. And then they messed around and put it on their site as a pop that is coming soon.
Oh
So
yeah,
the
and you can actually pre-order this on Amazon right now too.
you can no, you can't pre-order this one.
Well, you can
This is
pre-order
a
the
Funko Shop.
non-glow one. I
Yes,
guess.
this is a Funko Shop exclusive, and it's a 8,000 piece limited edition. Limited edition, I'm going to say glow. We know that 8,000 pieces doesn't necessarily mean that it's 8,000 pieces. It just means that it's 8,000 pieces in the United States, and maybe like 8,000 pieces in Canada, and 8,000 pieces in Europe, and 8,000 pieces in Australia, and 8,000 pieces in China. And so it's 8,000 pieces somewhere. But this is really cool. And this is one of them that I'm going to be going after.
I'll be happy with the regular one.
Yeah, really?
But I really do want these two either way. The glow would be cool, but I mean, yeah, I mean they're the same exact price whether you get the regular one or the glow one, so you might as well get the glow one. I still don't think it's going to sell out.
You don't think that 8,000 pieces will sell out?
I don't think so.
I think you're crazy. I think this one sells out fast.
I don't think they sell out of anything anymore.
Yeah, but this one's going to be a little different. This is a limited edition pop 2-pack. Keith, how you doing, brother? We don't see limited editions from Funko anymore. We haven't seen a limited edition 2-pack in a long time. I mean, it's been a long time that I can't recall the last time we seen a limited edition 2-pack. I don't see this one sitting on their site very long. I mean, to be completely honest, I wouldn't get caught slipping if it was me. If this one was me, I would chat. What do you think? Is this a thumbs up? Is this a thumbs down? 8,000 times 10 on the pallet back room. That's right. Dead Zone's got it. Dead Zone said 8,000 times 10, and then the pallet in the back room of the warehouse. This is exactly right. And this is the problem with Funko at this moment, is that everybody has kind of caught on to the hustle, right? I mean, it's a hustle, but it's a hustle that I'm still going to participate in. I say that I was saying within 10 minutes, Johnny. So 10 minutes is what I was saying that they were going to sell out in. I don't think that it'll be like one of those in 3 minutes or in 4 minutes. I do, however, think that if you don't get this one within the first 10 to 30 minutes, you're not going to get it. At least not here in the United States. I'm sure you could go on like Ozzy Man's website and order it off of there at that point, and it'll be the glow variant, but it just won't have a limited edition sticker on it. The same thing they did with the Biggie Smalls, I'm sure they're going to do with this. It'll go out to all of the other countries. It just won't have the limited edition sticker on it. And that was what made it a limited edition, was the Funko sticker versus the actual product. It was 8,000 limited stickers, not 8,000 limited pops.
Yeah. Quick Draw says, plus the 2 pallets Dead Zone already has in his closet.
Already has it. Well, it's because he's got that connection. You know, Dead Zone lives in California.
He's right down there. He's got the distribution. He's got the, he pulls the truck in reverse and
backs up to the shipping containers. They pack his truck full. You know, he says he's in listen. Construction. Yeah, that's cover up for the import export business.
Yeah, closet's cleaned out of all boxes so he can start stashing these away.
That's right. So this one is really cool. And I honestly, I know that it sounds like I'm joking. I really do believe this one will sell out. I mean, 10 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. This one is going to sell out pretty quickly. The next topic,
you could be right.
I think let's skip over the next topic for a minute. Let's keep the positivity flowing for a second. Let's skip over the next topic for a minute. Do you collect U2s? Does anybody here collect U2s?
What is that?
What do they call it? U-tunes are like
I think we've talked about those before, but no, I've never touched them.
What do you mean you've never touched them?
I think we've talked about them here on this show, and that's about it.
So I got a question for everybody because this is something I've kind of been rolling through my head. When these guys first started off, I didn't think the characters were that great. When they first started coming out with characters, U2s, I thought that they were pretty like poor quality figures that weren't like that cool looking, that were kind of cheesy. And the longer this company sticks around, it's like the better they get at what they're doing. So this is going to be like a this is a trending pop trend right now, as YouTubes are considered a pop trend at this moment, which just means that they're on the climb. They are currently actually selling limited edition. So this one's only a 150 piece run. I think a 150 piece run
It's
is
very
very
creative,
limited.
extremely creative.
I think it's very limited at 150 pieces. I think that this is a very creative piece.
Hmm.
Do we think that these guys are going to fill the gap on
It
Funko?
depends on the price. Really, it really is going to depend on that price. I mean, if they're up there in like say sideshow type money, then
They're not.
no, they're not going to.
They're
But
about double the price of a Funko Pop, so it's probably 30 bucks.
it's not out of the question. And I think that, to be honest with you, that's a better art piece type of thing. To be 1,000% honest, because that's cool.
So that one's a 150 piece run. I don't see myself like ever being able to get my hands on that. Dead Zone says he has the Breaking Bad, which is pretty cool. I think everything Breaking Bad at this point is pretty cool when it the grand scheme of things.
Picture
They
us if seen them at Five Below.
You've seen what at Five Below?
U2s.
Oh, probably. I mean, everything's at Five Below anymore.
They'll grab anything.
Super cool. I mean, super cool, but they're a little pricey. He says he has a few of them. John Wick, the John Wick I've seen here not too long ago was pretty awesome too. I mean, that was a pretty cool like figure as well. I guess I kind of just wanted to gauge the room and see what people thought about these because I haven't seen a lot of people doing videos on them. I know that Tristan started doing videos on them, but then he must have signed with Funko and cut them completely out because he was actually kind of like dabbling into adding them into his videos with the Funkos, and
Yeah,
then
he
one
must
day
have
he
signed
just
some sort of contract.
completely stopped. Yeah, and then one day he just completely stopped, which tells me Funko made him sign some kind of a like contract. Is what I see that happened there because they've been using him a whole lot in things. So it tells me that Funko kind of like put the squash on him, like promoting them a whole lot. Um, I think they're going to be big, to be honest. I think this company is going to be big.
Well, the thing is, and I'm not opposed to it either way. I mean, I think any new collectible within the industry is good for the consumer, and it definitely it it pushes Funko to try to be a little bit better because let's say YouTube does start to blow up and become more popular, then that'll force Funko to
What's
adjust their direction correctly.
I guess what's the secondary market for these guys? Does anybody know? Like,
I have
what is
no
the do
idea.
these things have a secondary market? Is there like people out there selling the U2s on the secondary market like for 3 or 4 times what I mean, because I guess that would be the gauge. If these things are actually being like bought and
Yeah,
resold at a higher price, then you know that they're pretty popular, right? So I guess that's the right gauge. But I wanted to bring that one in just to kind of like gauge the room on what everybody thought about them. I think they're pretty cool. It just, I guess it kind of just depends on where you're at, right?
yeah,
It is if you think they're pretty cool or not. This article, I get on here and I do this news and I find articles that I otherwise would have never found, and sometimes I have to dig for them, sometimes I don't. This one is going to be something that I didn't have to dig a whole lot for, and it kind of explained a lot to me all of a sudden. So Funko is actually under investigation right now. Um, I'm gonna let you like kind of make your own like determination on if this is going to be a legitimate investigation or not. I think that it is. That you could see that the former Louisiana attorney general is investigating them, and it doesn't say like specifically like here I'm going to read it for you. It tells you like what he's investigating. So they're basically under a criminal investigation at this moment. I didn't even know that you could be under criminal investigation for some of the things that they are, but it just says that he's focusing on whether or not Funko's officers and or directors breached their duty to the shareholders to otherwise violate state and federal law. So basically what they're saying is that when they moved over there and they didn't tell everybody about the system not working properly and winded up like losing $34 million, and I guess some of it was write off, some of it was other things, and some of it was containers. Um, I guess this is the premise of the to see if they violated any federal and state laws in doing this. They give you a hotline right here to call, so you can call like this hotline if you have any information, if you have any stock and share in Funko. I'm assuming they're looking for people that used to work for Funko. They're like, hey guys, if you have any like information you want to give me about Funko, please call this number right here. Look, I think it's super crazy, but hear me out. This is why the director left Funko.
Well,
this
that's
is
why Moriarty left.
this is why Mariotti left. You know, none of us really knew why Mariotti left, other than they got rid of they didn't get rid of the previous CEO. She stepped down like they all do. She still stayed on the board. They just gave her a different job title. Just like every one of them has done now for like the last three. They just stepped down into a different job title. Same thing Mariotti did.
Yeah.
And then they stepped him back up when she was failing dramatically, and then he had to quickly step back down, and everybody made all these speculations, and we didn't really know, right? You kind of got to let wait. The devil's in the details. I believe this is the details that the devil's in. The devil was in the details, is that they're currently under an investigation for to see if they broke any laws.
Well,
I
the only way to do it is they have to somehow. The only way to hit anybody like that is that they have to be. You have to prove that they were knowingly and
yes.
what's the word? Other word I'm looking for? But they have to be knowingly and willingly able to break. To break the trust of the shareholders. Because remember, you're a shareholder. Technically, you own small part of the company.
Right.
So you have to disclose everything that happens. That's kind of what happened with Chapek, and what almost did him in is because he was moving money around to make YouTube or to make Disney Plus streaming sound better than it was when it was really tanking, and he was moving things around to manipulate the numbers, and you can't do that.
So we're gonna see like how they wind up pulling out of all of this. I think Chase kind of like is onto something here. I don't necessarily think that it's just Mariotti though, to be honest with you, because I know originally when there was like some talks about the very first, I don't know if y'all remember this, but the very first shareholders like going after them was like 2 years ago. It was like right as everything had started to tank, the shareholders said there's something wrong and they went after them. That one quickly got dismissed. Another year went by, and then the shareholders went after them again.
Well, the problem is a lot of those is it's a very hard case to win because you have to have 100% proof that they knew. And if Funko sits here and says, well, we tried to make this adjustment, we tried to adjust this, we weren't hiding anything, it just wasn't working. It's a where you're going to use the excuse that we're past COVID time where we're making majority of our money. And in that case, you're not proving that they knowingly lied to their shareholders.
I think that though there's already been like some proof that they knowingly withheld information from the shareholders to not damage the price of the stock, not necessarily just from the shareholders, but from everybody as whole. I
Yeah.
think there's already been like we know for a fact that Funko knew that they were not unveiling their system because it wasn't working, and they prematurely made the move without a working system. I think like that's already been established, right?
Yeah.
That's already been
100%.
established that they knowingly withheld this information from everybody and were knowingly losing money without like making it aware that they were losing money, right? I think that's
Yeah.
already been established. I think that what you said the first time though was probably the right way to look at it, is that you're going to have to prove that they knowingly did something wrong. You're going to have to prove that they knowingly did it, knowing it was wrong. And sometimes that's hard, right? Because
Very hard.
just because it's facts that it was done, and it's facts in your eyes. Maybe in my eyes, I didn't see it that way, and maybe in my eyes, I was ignorant to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it would. I think that you were onto it on that one. It would 100% come down to, did I knowingly do it versus was it just a consequence of my actions? So I think that that's where you were onto it there. It would come down to, did I openly deceive people or was it an accident? We won't know until like all of this is settled. And I honestly don't know what that's going to do to Funko at the end of the day. Have you ever?
Well, I mean, when you lose the trust with a consumer, I mean that's a big effect. I mean, whether people like them or not, you lose that trust, and
Well, that's why he
that's
stepped
kind of a
down.
downfall for you.
100%. That's why he stepped down, though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
Oh
what
yeah.
happened. That's truly what happened. We all now know what happened. But here I need to ask everybody a question, because I see that we got a great audience today. Have you ever sent, like, maybe your ex-girlfriend or your coworker, or have you ever sent somebody a package as a gag, as a knowing that it was a like, the I know you've seen people sending people black roses, and the you can send people gag cards. Once you
No, I
open the
never done it.
card, it doesn't stop. So this is something else that is like trending this year, is sending your ex a cactus.
You're basically
Sending
saying that you're a prick.
sending your ex a cactus. Chris, how many people out there would you send a cactus to?
Mm, I would go with Dead Zone. I'd rather send him a box of poop.
You're gonna send them a box of poop? I don't know if you can ship a box of poop though. Could how many of y'all would ship your ex something as a gag? I have to know this, chat. Y'all got to tell me.
I can't
Justin
send
says
it.
7. He's like, I got 7 people right now.
Yeah,
I'm
real quick.
seeing it too. How many people in your life would you be like, all right, I'm gonna spend the $8
You're
and
basically saying in a nice way that you're a prick.
I'm gonna send you this cactus?
Can you ensure that the person's going to get hurt by it?
I don't think you can ensure that the person's going to get hurt by it, but if you own a cactus, the likelihood of you getting stabbed by a cactus probably goes way up versus not owning one. So I'm sure if you just send it to somebody.
Oh, this is a liquor company.
It's a liquor company for sure. Yeah, 100%. This is a liquor company,
Okay.
but it's send your eggs a cactus, and it's one of those things that's trending this year. And I know y'all all have seen them. If you've been on any kind of social media platform,
But we haven't even got to Valentine's Day yet.
right? But if you've been on any kind of social media platform lately, there's these stupid cards you can buy that are like a crying cat that once you open, it won't stop. It won't stop
No, I haven't seen
meowing,
that.
or the goat that won't quit like squealing it once you open it. There's the one, they have the ones that have the glitter inside of them. Once
Oh,
you
the glitter
open it,
bombs. Yes, those I've seen.
glitter goes everywhere. They're just getting more and more and more creative, like with what you can send people and how much fun you can have doing it. I mean, so this is one of them out there that they have going on at this moment. I thought that this was really cool. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can't think of like but a handful of people that I would send these to, but it wouldn't be for like just because I was trying to be mean. It would just be out of sheer fun at that point that I would laugh at them once they got the cactus. That would make absolutely no sense as to why they were getting a cactus to begin with. It would be like, oh my God, Dead Zone, you're a savage.
Wow.
Dead,
Wow.
Dead Zone, you're
That's how we keep hitting it.
Dead Zone, you're a savage. You're a savage, Dead Zone. Dead Zone said, if anything, I'm sending her my new girlfriend's underpants. He said, I'm sending the new ones. We're gonna get her the new ones. That's kind of funny. Like I said, I can't think of anybody right offhand that I would be sending these guys to, but there's definitely like some people out there that I would send this one to just for a few laughs. I'm sure that I could get a few laughs out of something like that.
I think it's definitely creative. Another way to do something. The fact that it was a liquor company that had come up with this sort of idea, or at least are pushing it. I mean, I think it's even funnier, but that's just me.
So I got to pull this up again. I know that this is at this point this is going to be like beating a dead horse. But I got to ask everybody again, and this is where I need you to help me out, Chad. What are you going to pick up from this convention? Because I can't find anything in this convention that I think is just going to blow up. I can't find a singular pop in this convention that I think is just it.
I don't like any of them to be 1,000%.
I don't either, and that's what I'm saying. What is the pop that's going to be it? What is this year's exclusive that's going to blow up? If you were going to buy one of these, which one is it? And what is the following on it? I mean,
For me, the only one, if I was really gonna buy one and really get into it, would be the Nugget, because the fact that the Nugget has the 3 classic buckets, anyone from my age is going to be, that just reeks nostalgia all over it, and so that would probably be the only one that I would consider. But
wouldn't the Nugget have done better though if it would have been in an actual McDonald's box, in an actual McDonald's?
Yes, I do agree. I think there could have been something differently here, but here's it keys in the details though for me, because if you remember, I think a year ago McDonald's technically brought back the buckets. However, they were a much cheaper, smaller form of what they used to be. They technically didn't even have a lid on them. From when the ones we had when we were a kid had the handle, had a lid on top, had everything like that, and those buckets with that Nugget is the classic one. Has the lids on them, stuff like that. Now, would I like to see them in a classic bucket? Sure, but I'm okay with that, with what they did.
So Justin says that he would go with the Yu-Gi-Oh one, is what I'm sure he was trying to say right there, right? The Yu-Gi-Oh. Sure that's where he was going with that one. You're like into the bucket. I can see the bucket. I think it would have done better in an actual McDonald's bucket. I think that there was huge opportunity missed there. I think that McDonald's would have had a line wrapped down the road, even though they're selling like I think the rumors are that they're selling like the lab grown meat now. I don't want to say that too loud.
So horse, I don't really care.
Lab tested meat. I don't know. Something. What'd you say?
I've eaten Impossible Burgers. Those things are fantastic. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
I'm not eating an Impossible Burger.
I don't do Impossible Burgers, especially I also got used to them anyway, because again, losing weight, that's probably right up my realm. But I'm not opposed to them. I like them, to be honest with you.
Do you like the lab meat?
Huh?
You like lab meat? Is that what you're saying?
Sure, why not? It's made of beans.
I'm not eating lab meat. No. Lab meat's that stuff they're growing in labs.
Lab meat?
Yeah, it's lab meat.
I mean, it probably always was, and we never cared. I mean, it could be horse meat for all I care, and I still probably
I'm not eating
maybe
it.
Try it.
Not doing it. You're better than me. Not doing it. So then we got the
quick draw. Chase says the Darth, which
Darth Maul.
He's Star Wars, so I'm thinking that's true.
I almost want him to tell me why though. Like why the Darth Maul? Like what is it with the Darth Maul? Because it looks like
I just realized this Darth Maul doesn't have the double-sided saber.
And he has some weird legs.
Yeah, he's got some weird.
He's got some weird robotic, like looks like he's gonna jump something.
I'm assuming this is from the animated series of somewhere, but
this is probably one of those stupid animated series for sure.
Quick Draw says he would get the Egon Force Ghost.
So I think that's the only one that I'm going to be going after.
It's not in these pictures, but that is part of it.
Why is it not in these pictures?
I don't know.
Am I missing
one of the shared?
Am I missing something? I thought that was a really small list, to be honest. Yeah, there he is. There he is.
He's on the Funko.com.
For some reason, they like left him. Yeah. Same thing with the they left the captain off of it too.
The Egon Force Ghost is I give it that's a really good Egon.
That is the only one that I think is hot. That is, I look at every one of them and I go down the list and I say, well, the sodas aren't going to do that great. They never do. 3 liters aren't going to do that great. They never do. The DC Harley Quinn's been played out. the chicken nuggets, you might be onto something. That one might be really hot, even though I think it would have been hotter inside the bucket. Um, the anime's played out. The we've already seen the what's his face from I can't think of what I can't even think of what he's from, but it's Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is completely played out. The
Yeah, the movie didn't do well, so
the ghost that I could see, that's the one that I'm like, maybe
maybe.
this.
I do agree with Chase. The One Piece, of course, One Piece being very popular, especially with the live action going on right now, very much so. I know a lot of people would say that for me it'd be the Captain America, but I've fully expressed my issue with the whole Volt cans, whatever the hell that thing is in.
What's your issue with them?
They're not displayable. I don't like them.
They really aren't displayable. They're kind of awkward to display. They really aren't. They don't display like well with
I don't want to display it on the shelf and leave the door open. I just don't.
Yeah, it doesn't display well. That's yeah, I mean you're onto something there. They really don't display well. Harley Quinn for Jacob. Yeah, I mean probably. I don't know. The One Piece. Look, it to me this one's not going to do it. I think again it's something that's kind of played out.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Hear me out on this one. I think I did do some research the other day on the amount of how many people have watched the live action. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard nothing but good things about it, except for from the so-called hardcore fans, whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a fairly good movie. I've got no emphasis of what it was, so I may still watch it to check it out. But I think the one thing it has done is it's probably brought in a whole new grouping of fans that maybe started out with the live action and now want to see the anime. So I think it's going to bring a whole new wave of fans and a whole new that coming out is going to grab the eye, because that's the main character, is going to grab the eye of a lot of the new type of fans. So I do see that going rather quickly.
I don't know. Look, I hear your side of it. I really do. But I seriously think that like One Piece at this moment is played out. I think that it's been played out for a while. I think that the One Piece fans are going to be furious about the fact that they just like drop some more of the I want to say that it's the Sunny with Laffy, or the it could have been the other one. I can't remember which one it is, but they just dropped it again. Like all of a sudden they just found them sitting in their warehouse that had been sold out. I'm telling y'all that I've heard rumors that they have these things sitting in their warehouse. It almost makes me feel like that they have like people that are flipping them that actually work for them. That kind of like they either keep a stock to put on eBay and flip for a little bit of extra money, or that's what it makes me think, that Funko flips them themselves. It makes sense if you think about it. If I could sell it for 50 versus 15, what do you sell it for? I mean, what do you sell it for? So it makes me think that maybe they're keeping some of these, like maybe what I heard was true. Some of these are being held in a back room and then they just fizzle them onto their own like flipping platform.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Just speculation.
I also think the whole premise, like Chase said, the whole wanted poster thing, I think that's kind of cool. I think just that alone, you take that thing out of the box piece and stick that up on the wall, and that thing will look cool.
Probably. I mean, it probably. So here's all of the figures that are going to be in the box of fun. I did not know that this was going to be like themed off of a movie. I think it's funny that
I don't think it's necessarily themed off of it, but I think there's a lot of people are going to get that vibe.
Yeah, look, the fact that you got that vibe, the fact that Chase got that vibe, the fact that like, there was people who actually got that vibe waiting to go pick these up at Buckeye in December. Yeah, I know you are. That's the crazy part. Dead Zone, take me with you.
Back up the truck.
Take me with you. My birthday's the 20th, so take me with you. We'll back the truck up and we'll just see how much of this stuff we can load onto it. It's like their mystery boxes. Did you ever see did I show you their mystery boxes they were selling at the warehouse?
Yes,
mystery bags. Yeah, I think we showed that. We talked about that, right?
It was a complete product dump.
It was a complete product dump, but it was old products, which was the messed up part. The messed up part is that it was old products that they were dumping. Let me get this pulled down real quick though. So you live in a place that has a lot of like food food choices, right? You have lots and lots of food choices.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I live in a place that doesn't have so many much food choices, and trending this year, like in the pop culture, has been pop-up drive-throughs. Have you ever heard of a pop-up drive-through?
No.
So there's an app that these guys have, and you order your stuff on the app, and then it tells you when your
Wait,
food's ready, and you just pull up
that's a
there
chicken broth company.
and get it. So this is I don't know exactly what this is, but this is the whole article where they give you like what's going on, and this is just the image that was used. So regardless if this is the right image or not, yeah, no, it says hot food this way, come soon.
They're known for
But
chicken broth.
yeah, but the whole company here, they tell you that it's a fast food pop-up show. It's two chefs. They're selling the meals for $5. It's bunches of food, different choices. So it could be like home cooked meal. It could be like an Italian themed. It could be like an Asia themed. It's all kinds of different themes. They have this. It's called Rule app. And then you just order it off the app. The app tells you when it's ready. You can then decide if
This
you're
is
going to donate.
Canada.
Hmm? Is it in Canada? I don't know exactly where
Yeah, it
it's
says during the pop-up Torontians can order their favorite taste combo ahead through their
There you go.
app. So yeah, this is Canada.
Yes,
So
so
I
they're
believe we have people from in Toronto.
drive up pop-up drive-through fast food places to me seems like a win. That 100% seems
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
win
it,
to me.
it, it pegs into the world that we live in. I mean, places like Uber Eats and stuff like that haven't gotten popular. They've gotten popular because people want things quick and they want to do it least. Whereas you have a lot of people like, you know, I'm sometimes would be open to doing order, but like I know my wife, she's strongly against it because she's like, for the price, the delivery fee, I'd rather just go get it myself. Yeah, we may use gas and stuff, and it could equal, but at least it feels better. To a large extent, I agree with her. I mean, it's. I think we've gotten very lazy as a society that we can't even go pick up our own food. But again, I think this could be give a lot of places more options of that. I mean, like I said, being in Central Florida, we have lots of options. So it's not as bad, but maybe in other cases, like I've never been to Toronto, so I don't know. I know it's a big city, but I don't know what their areas of that is. But don't
Say Toronto again.
no, I'm not saying
Come on, say it again.
whatever.
Say
I
it again.
bashed the shit out of that, and I
Here
know
we go, guys. Get your screen recording out.
Torontians. That's it. That's all you're getting.
Anyways, I'm glad I didn't say it. You said it. All right. So they Simon says he knows where it's at. He'd try it. Look, I would definitely try it, Chase. I don't know if I'd never say never, and this is why I would never say never. So where I'm from, we don't really have a whole lot of food choices. Up the road for me is a pizza place and a Subway. That's what's up the road for me that could even be imaginably delivered to me. But even then, I don't think that they deliver to us. We have to physically go and pick that up. And then if you go,
we just started getting to places you might even know of because it started out as more of a. I guess maybe you're in Indiana, but and I know you traveled into like Illinois, Chicago area before. Yes, no.
yeah, I'm actually from Georgia though. I mean, 32
Oh,
years of
that's
my
right.
life
You're
I
from
lived in
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah, they started bringing in a Portillo's, which I guess
Portillo's is great.
Portillo's is
Yeah,
fantastic.
Portillo's
by the
is
way.
great. Yeah,
There's one
Portillo's is
not that
great.
far. It is expensive.
Yeah.
There's no meals. Everything's purchased a la carte type
Yep.
thing. But good lord, their burgers, their hot dogs, their sausage, everything I've had there is absolutely awesome.
So they're famous for their hot dogs. I mean, so if you
Yes.
don't know, that Chicago dog is what they're famous for.
But their burgers are just as good, man.
Yeah, but let me tell you, if you haven't gotten their chili cheese Chicago style hot dog, right? You got to
Yes,
get this.
that's really good.
But listen to me, and then you have to get a cake shake right? Because they have that cake shake, and then you have to actually get a slice of that cake.
See, I was that's the only thing I didn't like was the
It's
cake shake, and that's only because whoever made it did not mix it up well enough because the whole bottom
so sad,
was still cake.
so
So every
sad.
time I'm putting my straw in, all I'm getting is and then I'm finding out by dumping out the whole bottom was just cake. It's like
Oh, it was so
they all
sad.
they didn't mix it up right.
Yeah, that doesn't normally happen. So it's normally blended up really, really well, and every once in a while you'll get one of those like chunks that are just goodness in your mouth. If you haven't had a Portillo's, you have no clue what I'm saying. You're like, what are you
Cake
talking
shake,
about?
they
It
literally
is
take a slice of chocolate cake
so
and blend it up in a milkshake.
it is a almost local to me. So it's funny that you were talking about that. It's almost local to me. It's just up the road. I've eaten there at least 100 times this year, or maybe 50. Let's not go 100. Every time that we're kind of close to one, and you can grab it, I would rather hit there that and Chick-fil-A are like my two like go to places.
Yeah, a Chick-fil-A is our go-to.
Yeah, it's kind of like my two go to places, but Portillo's and Chick-fil-A are right beside each other.
Actually, talk
Um,
about Chick-fil-A, and I don't know, maybe this could even be considered pop culture. Have you tried that new spicy, not really sweet and spicy, pimento cheese
I have
Chick-fil-A
not.
sandwich?
No,
Oh
I have
my
not.
god,
Is it
this
good?
is my new favorite sandwich there.
All right. So Portillo's is a Chicago style place. They got really famous in Chicago. I don't know if they're running it in Florida like they run them up here,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's a whole bunch of people working back there. They have this whole line going on. They're all like screaming across the thing at each other, like what orders are going on. And then they announce your order in the craziest of ways. Like
Mhm.
they'll like 62
And they got a
blue or
completely separate baking section that they do
it's
all their desserts.
it's absolutely insane. If you haven't been to one and you can get to one, go get to one because you're
Go
really
to a
going to enjoy
Portillo's.
it. It's a great experience. These things are really cool. And Chase, don't say never because here's what I'm going to say. Chick-fil-A caught on to the fact that there's nothing really around us, so they have a food truck that will come and park in parking lots and you, every once in a while you'll drive by a parking lot and there'll be a Chick-fil-A food truck out in the middle of Walmart parking lot. And you're like, well, since you're already there, I guess I gotta like roll through and get me some nuggets.
And I think that's where this is so right up the alley because again, I think this would take off just as much
I
in Florida
Yeah,
because really, if you think about it, how much different is it than a food truck? A food truck, the only difference is you have
it's
to
really
get out
not.
and go get your item. This is a
Yep.
drive-through for it. So in essence, it's not far off from a food truck. And food trucks, at least up here in Central Florida, I mean, they're big. There's one particular food truck in our area that anytime I see them at an event, I have to buy something.
He said Florida's where they come to die. Just a heads up. Florida is where pop-up places come to die. I don't know. I do know that they're growing in popularity this year. They're considered a pop culture trend at this moment, your pop-up food things. This is one of them that I wanted to talk about because I thought that this
I'd
was
be
really cool.
interested in it.
I can see though how this is a gimmick.
Yeah.
I can see
Oh,
how like we're like, oh, it's a drive-through. No, it's really just a food truck that they put these things out in front of.
do I think
And
it is a very good short-term gimmick? Yes.
yes,
Long-term, not at all.
not probably, but maybe, right? Because you are ordering it off the app. So you order it off the app, then the app tells you when it's ready. So you don't really lose any real time, right? So let's say that I'm at work and it's only 5 minutes down the road. I hit the order button, then I sit there and do whatever it is I'm gonna do until it says ready, and then I just hop in my car, drive down there, pick it up, and come back. I mean, so the convenience of it is really cool. I can see where it might keep some traction going. This might even like help food trucks because why couldn't they use the app? They
And,
could use the app too.
and trust me, Chase, for a long time, I used to still call food trucks roach coaches because
Oh,
that's
they
what they were
still are.
known for many years. But I think the conception and the idea of a food truck has completely changed over the past
Oh yeah, for
10 to
sure.
15, 10 to 20 years because now, chefs, good chefs that want to start up a business have found passion because again, you do a food truck, you can change the menu whenever you want. You can basically do whatever you want and keep adjusting to it. And that's what I love about food trucks. I mean, we get them out here all the time. And I'll usually stop. I've had barbecue places. There's one called the Smack Truck. If you're ever in Orlando, you find a Smack Truck. It's basically macaroni and cheese. Their macaroni and cheese is ridiculous, but you get it with the pulled pork on top of it. Oh my god, it's a thing of beauty. But I think the idea, and then see, my now impression is back in the day was the big thing, the roach coach, but now the food truck is a food truck, and there's still those little. Have you seen those little like aluminum, back end trucks that you open up and they pull up and they just got drinks and stuff. And they go to like construction sites. They're like construction sites. Those are what I would be considered a roach coach because those are pre-packaged, everything like that. But the food truck now, it's evolved to something differently.
I agree. I agree. So we were talking about this earlier, so I kind of wanted to bring it up before we wrap today up and just tell everybody we appreciate them for wrapping today up. I looked at these earlier, and the reason that these didn't really make it into a mainstream conversation is that they're a 12,000 piece run. I mean, this is the 12,000. It's pretty high for Funko and their sodas, and we know that they've just continuously pushed the numbers up higher and up higher and up higher until now they're into 12,000 is considered a limited. But we've actually seen pictures of a Power Rangers version of this that's going to be coming out soon. JKO kind of sent everybody a picture of it. I couldn't find that picture outside of Instagram, and I didn't hit him up because I didn't want to bother him to ask him where he found that. But there is a picture rolling around out there somewhere that we're going to see the Power Rangers version of this coming up. I'm going to predict it now. It's not going to do that well. I think these did really good to begin with because people were in love with the idea of buying them like this, not actually in love with buying them like this, because $100, look, $100 at one time
good money
is a lot. I mean, I mean, just maybe not for you, but for me, $100, it just on a random Tuesday for some sodas is not something that I would typically do.
I mean, are you getting a cost savings? Yes, because those are $18 a piece, which I think is still absolutely friggin'
insane.
Ridiculous. But you're 18 times 6, of course, that's over $100. But here's my thing: is if you know in advance before these even release, if you knew that we're gonna put these in a 6-pack and make them a bundle, you instantly should have made these a much smaller run. Instantly. If you're just going to sell them individually, fine, go ahead, put them in whatever you run. But if you're going to put them as a specialty item like this 6-pack, yeah, it should have been a much more limited run. And we all know that they're not true limiteds anyways.
I'm with you there, but I'm with you on a different level. So if you're going to do these, you have to make them extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right? There has to be something about it that says I have to have this. So it either has to be the blacklight versions, it has to be maybe some zombie variants, it has to be there has to be something that says I have to have these other than 97 X-Men 6-pack, right?
At least the bag for the Scooby-Doo one was shaped like the Mystery Machine.
Right. There has to be something that says this is extraordinary, I have to have it. There's nothing about this, and maybe that this is extraordinary is it's a 1,000-piece run, right? Maybe that's this is extraordinary.
Sure.
There's only 1,000 of them, right? Maybe that's the lure, but making 12,000 of these without any like big allure that says, oh, I have to have these, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and that's that could be a very good option. Hey, you can buy these individually, or you can get all the chases with the bundle. Because again, you're buying this for $100, and you may not get a single chase out of any of them.
Yes, that would be horrible.
That would suck, but I mean, it is possible. And Quick Draw says, yeah, they got him for it, but I know he's a big X-Men fan,
and I'm sure that they got a lot of people for it. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have bought it. Buy what makes you happy. When I seen it, I thought, well, the problem with what they're doing is the numbers are way too high.
Yeah,
there's not a big like I have to have this like going on. They didn't do anything real special. They could have made the bag like a big X.
That would have been cool.
2,000-piece run. That would have probably helped him out a lot. I look at it and I'm like, man,
done the bag like Professor X's wheelchair.
Yeah, I look at this and I'm like, I'm like, man, you missed like so many opportunities. When I see this, it's like you're missing so many opportunities to make this epic, and you just didn't do it. You just didn't do it. Like maybe they could have made, let's say that they would have only made let's say they made 2,000 of these with a special chase variant that you could only get in this bag, but the other 10,000 you could buy separately, and they didn't have those chase variants, right? So that would have made it me want to buy this, right? I'd have been like, well, I clearly want those chases, so let me go after that one. That's not at all what happened, and shame on Funko for continuing.
And Chase, I think you could say that this probably is true, that you would probably get at least one chase out of this bag. But
Not anymore.
look at the fine information. It says there is a 1 in 6 chance you may
Yeah,
find the chase variant of Magneto with a helmet, blah blah. So there, if they said you were going to get at least one in this bag, they would have said we guarantee, or you will get one chase out of this bag. This says you may, so this still doesn't guarantee you a chase at all.
well, so we all know that Funko decided not too long ago that they were going to quit where you could buy a case and get a chase.
Yeah.
Right? They quit that, and they put out the statement, and I'd have to find the statement, but they put out a statement that says you were never guaranteed a chase when you bought a case.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a guarantee. It just so happened to happen that way, and it just the way that it fell out, but it was never a guarantee. And I can't remember when this happened, but I remember people that were opening whole boxes of chases, and then people that were opening whole boxes of no chases.
Well,
and people were like, oh my God, what happened? And Funko had to put out that statement that said you were never guaranteed a chase.
well, do you remember watching lives back when there were still a lot more live streamers, that they would literally have a case of sodas and they would put a number on all 6 sodas on the box, and basically people could, the first 6 people that sent this amount of money to PayPal to them would get their pick of which number they wanted. So you pick the numbers, and then whatever number you get, this is, and which you knew 1 out of 6 chance you were going to get a chase.
Yeah.
The people that were selling it knew it. So now that whole, then maybe that's really what killed it was, Funko.
Oh no, I 1,000% think Funko was correcting stuff, and so I always thought, like, look, 100% like transparency. I always thought that was a genius idea, right? This person has figured out how to buy a case of something for $50 and then sell the case for $300, right? So I'm a hustler at best. I always thought that this was a genius idea by the person who thought of this, right? But on the other side of this, I thought that's gambling.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, I've had troubles with the gambling association before. If you're not trouble, the gambling association will come after you, because that is gambling. Anytime you start like putting a price on something, and you start putting in odds to receive something at a price, it starts to become a gamble. And my thoughts of that was that Funko wasn't going to shut these people down, that they were going to have the gambling association come after them, and be like, if you keep this up, you're going to start getting fined X amount of dollars a day for not having permits for gambling, because that's how they come at you. They're like, oh, it's cool that you're gambling, but I'm going to need you to pay this fee, and then I'm going to need you to pay this registration fee, and then I'm going to need you to pay this fine for doing it without having these, and then I'm going to need you to pay Yes, and then I'm going to need you to pay this fine every day until you get the proper permits. And you're like, whoa, hold on, wasn't even making that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what? And that's how these gambling things have held such a monopoly on the gambling industry as long as they have, because they'll sick lawyers and everything on you, and they'll just hold you up in court and stuff. So I thought that it was a great idea. I just thought that it was a little bit crazier than the things that I could do, because I couldn't have those kind of problems in my life anymore, that I had already rode those problems before, and that I just would never have those problems again.
And I do agree with Chase on this. I mean, you have
Loungefly did
one of the best bag manufacturers in your realm. Why not have Loungefly make the bag?
I just thought Loungefly did design the bag.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, but it doesn't say Loungefly.
Oh, let me get a closer look at it because I guess I just assumed
Let's see.
Loungefly
Look at that
did.
bottom one.
So, what do you got going on this week? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, that doesn't say Loungefly.
It doesn't.
No, I have no idea. No idea what we're doing this weekend. No idea what's going on. I know we are looking to plan another Disney
Oh.
stay next month for my daughter's birthday. We being that we're so close to Disney out here and the kids love Disney, we always give them an option for their birthdays where we say for the price, we can either go do a birthday somewhere. Like last year, my daughter went and wanted to do her birthday at Sky Zone, so we did that. But we always give them an option. Either we have a birthday with friends or we go to Disney. And my youngest, she's turning 6. So she decided she wanted to go to stay at Disney. So I'm just looking to see where where we got for pricing and stuff like that, and but we'll be doing that towards the end of next month and go from there. So,
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, though. Sounds like you're going to have a lot of fun.
And I know it's not much. I mean, you would like, oh, we don't live that far. It's doing a little staycation, and we do it a little differently. Where a lot of times people come out here, they spend time at the hotel, and then they go to the parks all day, and we try, since we do the parks all the time, we try to take advantage of the resorts. So we'll spend more time at the pool or doing stuff around the resort or stuff like that than we do going to the parks. So it's our chance to kind of take advantage of those things.
That makes 100% sense to me, and I mean, I don't know, it's still a vacation. It's not something that you get to do every day. I
No.
mean, so I could still see where it would be a lot of fun. You get to go to the pool, hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Mickey Mouse, I guess, laugh at him a little bit, watch some fireworks because I know they do fireworks every night. It could be a lot of fun. I could see where that'd be a lot of fun. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And your kids are still small, man. Take your kids out and have some fun.
Yeah.
They're still super small.
The
Still
little
have
things
fun.
out there they absolutely love. So again, even if my kids, I think my kids are gonna be the type that they're gonna be typical Central Florida kids. For a lot of people, is they just Disney fans. The fact that we are this close and we go this often, and I'm such a big Disney fan alone. I think they'll still grow up to be Disney fans. Now, would I want them working for Disney? I mean, that's up to them, really. I wouldn't stop them either way. I mean, they're a big employer out here, so why not? But yeah, so who knows? But yeah, as far as any filming and whatnot, although I'm anxious to go filming now because a lot of you guys know I don't have any big fancy camera that I do for filming, just like Wayne. I do all mine from my phone, and I just got, because I had to upgrade my phone this year.
Did you see the 15?
I have the 15 Pro
Yeah,
Max.
what's wrong with you?
I've got the 15 Pro Max. So this camera is pretty ridiculous, and it's got the new cinematic mode. So I'm quite interested in getting.
I have the cinematic mode.
Yeah, but I don't know, the new lenses on this camera is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, no, the camera, the phone itself is supposed to be a beast. I'm concerned about the integrity of it. They say that it's the weakest iPhone they've made yet.
And what
Breaks really easily.
I watched a bunch of it. And I knew about it beforehand, and really what they're talking about is
The glass.
Apple at one point was doing glass backs on their phones to try to make them lighter. And then they went away from them through 12, 13, or 14. They didn't do glass backs, and they went back to glass backs now on this one with the titanium that goes around it for the pros. Yeah, I already knew about the glass backs well beforehand. So we pretty much had cases right after we got them. So we do screen protectors, we do cases.
I don't do screen protectors. I put mine in a case. I don't do screen protectors. By the time that screen gets bad, it's going to be time for me to get a new phone anyways.
True.
So I don't preserve my things for someone else. So
but I will say that camera is actually larger than the old one.
yes, so it's supposed to be bigger lenses, all that good stuff. It looks like you're going to have some fun. I'm a little jealous. Guys, we truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. Next week, we're going to be on Chris's channel, so come check us out over there. We're going to catch you next time.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. TechBot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.